My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content.
All right, guys, welcome to Property Profits Podcast. I'm your host, Bryce Kaminski, filling in for Dave Dubow. And if you ever wondered, how to break free from the paralysis of needing to know it all before diving into real estate, my guest today, Keith Daniel from Fairfield County, Connecticut, not only conquered that hurdle, but turned it into a thriving journey of property flips, wholesaling, and building capital. Keith, welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So, we were talking a little bit before the show. You've done some burrs, you've done some flips now. How did it get started? How did you get started in real estate?
I got lucky. I have a family member that's in real estate. That he's been poking at me for a while, and finally, in 2019, we bought a property together, and we bought a duplex in Bridgeport. It was one of the bird projects that you spoke about earlier. We bought it for $175. I don't know if you want to go into the details.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, we bought it for $175. Great find. We put probably about 75 grand into it, and getting it up, fixed up, and rented. We got it rented out pretty much right away, both units. As soon as we finished rehabbing them, we got them rented, and then refinanced, and we held that property for a while. We held that property probably up to earlier this year, so probably almost 4 years, and then we sold it for over 400 actually. When we finally did get rid of it. Yeah.
So is that because we were talking a bit before the show about capital, and you're really just getting ramped up into raising capital. So you've been self-financed then so far, bringing money in from all your own money, or was the partnership on that property partly their money too?
It was part of their money too. Also,
so you've raised a little bit of capital.
Yeah, they did they financed most of the rehab work on that property. So I put the down payment down, and they financed the rehab and actually did the rehab work. So it was a great, as far as partnership, as far as, working together and knowing that it's a family member, somebody that I could trust. And it was just a great experience, and it, kept moving.
Got the money in, got the money out.
Yep.
Made some money. That's all you can hope for in this business. So, what is it that you're working on these days?
So right now we just finished a flip. I have a couple other partners that we partnered together on a flip that we did here in Norwalk, Connecticut, and we bought it for about 4.8. We bought it for 460 actually. We probably put about 75 grand into fixing it up, and we put it back on the market for 625.
Wow, so there you go.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We're waiting.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
It's the flipping business. I'm sure you'll do fine as long as you made sure to put enough value in there and not over renovate, flip it for yourself, but rather flip it for the market. So
flip it for the market. Exactly.
Fingers crossed you're gonna get what you're looking for, and if you don't, at least you got it done. And
the way I look at it, you never fail, right? You always learn. And that's the way I look at it. So it's all learning experiences, right?
What made you decide to get into flipping?
Just to build capital. Just because it's not expensive, but it's harder to do as far as rentals, because you only make a little bit of cash flow, maybe 500 or 1,000, per house or per duplex or whatever it is. That it's hard to build up the capital to buy more places doing just rentals. So I figured I'd put that's the reason I do wholesaling and flipping, to try to bring in a little more capital so that I could buy more rental properties.
Okay, so how's the wholesaling been going over the last couple of years?
Wholesaling, we just really got ramped up this
Mm.
year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we've probably wholesaled one deal so far, and we've got one under contract, but we kind of fell out of contract with that one. But
Okay.
we're kind of ramping up coming into 2024 to really push it and working on our sales and training and getting up ramped up for that.
Awesome. Awesome. So, as far as capital, um, you've been self-financing. When you went to do the flip, is it all cash, or did you go and get a mortgage with that, or how did that work?
So we used a hard money lender. So that
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we used a hard money lender. So we the guy that we used, we ended up being with the experience that all of us brought to the table. We only had to put 12% down, and they
Nice.
financed the rest of it. And of course, the rehab costs, they financed 100% of the rehab cost on that. So
Nice. You must have been able to buy it relatively cheap for them to be able to lend it out like that.
we did. Like I said, it appraised from their appraisal for 675.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to work it out from there.
And that's what you're listed for. Yeah, I think you mentioned, right?
Six
675.
25. We listed a little bit lower just to get more eyes on it.
Okay.
Wanna
Okay. Awesome.
yeah.
So what did you learn over doing a flip versus the rental business?
So probably the biggest thing is that you have to put a little bit more work on it for the back end, because the buyer is gonna live there. They're not just
Mm-hmm.
renting it. So
Mm-hmm.
you do have to put a little more higher end finishes, and plus the area that we're in Fairfield County is a pretty expensive area.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not looking for the type of materials that you're putting in just one of your rentals. They're looking for a little bit better than that. So that was the biggest thing, is just finishes. And when you open up walls and peek inside of stuff, you ended up having to do a lot more work to get it up to code. So
Yeah, the
those are
can of
probably
worms business. Stay out of the
the
walls. Don't
exactly.
open it. If you don't
Is
know, you don't know. And now
yeah.
you know.
Now you know, and now you have to fix it accordingly. So
Yeah,
where
you
with
know, go ahead.
yeah, where with rentals, you kind of just get it rentable, right?
Yeah, you don't
The,
have to open it up and
yeah,
figure it out. You're not knocking down any walls or, just changing paint colors and
ex-
carpets probably and renting it out. So,
exactly.
with all you've accomplished so far in real estate, what would you say your biggest obstacle is these days?
Right now, I would definitely say the capital piece is just
Mm,
having enough capital to finance more deals. So that's the reason I think, for me, the best way to raise capital would be for flips, and that
mm-hmm.
way I'm able to get a person's money back quickly with the
Yeah,
flip, as opposed to putting it in the rentals, because then it just takes a lot longer to get them back their money. So
yeah,
I
it'll
rather
be
use it. Yeah, go
it'll
ahead.
be stuck, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, does raising capital or the idea, because you've had some partnerships, you've made some
Mhm.
partnerships already. Does raising capital make you nervous, or how do you overcome those sort of challenges in your day to day?
No, it doesn't make me nervous, because I'm pretty confident with the team and stuff that I have, that we could accomplish the job and we could get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is getting myself out there to for people to know me and start following me and start just trusting me that I'm able to do it. And that's kind of the reason that I've started, kind of ramping up my Instagram page and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
just to get myself out there more and just build that trust with the community, that I'm a person that of my word, and that's, if regardless of what happens, I'm going to get you back your money.
Mm-hmm. So, um, what kind of success have you had so far using that strategy?
I met you. And
There, yeah, that's
yeah,
one. Yeah.
that's, and I've definitely had a lot of people reaching out to me and just inboxing me, asking me questions and those type of things. I haven't actually, got to the raising money piece of it
Mm-hmm.
yet, but everything takes time, and I'm patient. And one of my philosophies is just that it's 1% better every day, and every
Yeah.
day I'm working towards getting 1% better, and I'll get there.
Yeah, yeah, certainly. As long as you stay on it, real estate's one of those things where you only quit when you only lose when you quit. So you got to stay
Exactly.
on it and stay in the game. So when you were putting together that deal where you were partnering up, um, when you presented that deal, how did you go about convincing or rather onboarding that investor when you went into that buy and hold?
The buy and hold. So the funny thing is that the guy that I partnered with, my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
he's also been my mentor throughout this whole process. He's my realtor,
Mm-hmm.
and he's my GC. So he actually runs the project. So he actually found the deal as my realtor. We walked it together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he knew where I was financially as far as being able to how much I had to put down and all that type of stuff. So right away when we seen how much work it needed, he was like, all right, you handle the down payment piece, I'll handle the rehab piece. We'll partner together, and we'll do it, 50-50, and then we'll we'll split it all out on the back end once we sell it. So
Mm-hmm.
he more pushed it than I did, because I didn't even realize
Mm-hmm.
what I was
So he
getting
brought
myself
you
into.
he kind of brought you the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good when your realtor's looking out for you. So, um, when when you're trying to raise capital, um, or rather, let's talk about the hard money loan because a lot of people think that they need to raise all the money for the deal, and then they can do a flip, something like that. So, tell people about your experience with the hard money lender. How hard was it to find? How much did it really cost in dollars to get that thing um, bought and controlled and fixed? What did you have
Yeah.
to put down? How much was that, and how hard was it to actually do?
Yeah, so like I said, we found the deal through a wholesaler.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a $20,000 fee, wholesale fee
Mm-hmm.
for us purchasing the property from him. So altogether we were all in for 460 to purchase the property.
Yeah.
We actually underbidded the as far as the rehab. We thought it was probably be closer to 55,000 for the rehab. Ended up running a 75, but the 55 was paid by the hard money lender.
Mm.
So so t- to purchase it, we put 12% down. So 12%, I think we put in around 60, or I think it's about 60 grand or somewhere in there. And
Mm-hmm.
then they financed the rest of the purchase price of the property, including the wholesale fee. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course, for closing costs, for the hard money, they charged us between the broker fee and the hard money fee, it was probably 2 points on
Mm-hmm.
that. So I'd say we were into the close it, we paid probably about 15,000 of hard money fees to get the deal closed. And then we did the renovations. Of course, you have to pay for renovations out of your pocket. And
Mm-hmm.
then for this particular lender that we use, we were able to take pictures of the finished work
Mm-hmm.
to pull draws on a rehab. So we
Nice.
only ended up doing two draws. We got it done crazy quick.
Mm.
We closed October 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Um we um we had to wait a couple days for the seller, the person that sold it to us, to actually move out of the property. They
Mm.
needed the funds from closing to actually get their apartment. So we had to wait for them to get their funds from their attorney and get
Mm.
everything paid off before we could actually go in and start renovating. So I would say we started renovating maybe 5 days after the third to actually start the rehab.
Mm-hmm.
And we put it back on the market before probably towards the end of November.
So
Just
how
just
many
after
months in that in total?
uh not even 2 months.
Oh,
Probably
there
a
you go. A
little
nice
over a month and a
45,
half. Yeah.
45, 60-day turnaround.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
what's the market like in your area for buying and selling these days?
So the it's no inventory on the market up here. So
Mm,
and then also the town of Norwalk, one of our zip codes, is probably one of the most wanted to live in areas in the country as of right now, which I don't know
mm.
how. I've been here all my life, but not all my life. Moved and came back, but I've been here a long time, and I never expected it to get to that point where it's one of the top places that families want to move to and stuff. So it's no inventory, so it's gotten a lot of activity, a lot of people coming through it, so we don't see it having a problem selling on the back end.
Yeah, you never know why people are moving to particular places.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe someone put up on Google, this is the best place to live, and now everyone's in agreement and they're moving in.
Yeah.
So usually school divisions, income tax considerations, and then
Yeah.
also just your day-to-day county taxes. Is it good to shop in
Yeah.
this county? Those are usually the things that drive. Also, property taxes. I know some people won't buy in a property because the taxes on the property are too much. So it could have a perfect storm up there that's making it really, enticing to actually do. So with your Instagram and things like that, what can people expect to find? What is it that you're going for with your social media these days?
So I guess with my social media, I just want to help people, and I think anyone can invest in real estate
Hmm.
and getting on the so pretty much getting on the property ladder is what I talk about. Like I talk about house hacking, I've talked about hard money, just those type of things. Just giving people the introduction to real estate and letting them know that if I can do it, I know anybody can do it.
Awesome, awesome. So tell me about the future. What does the future hold into 2024?
So 2024, I see myself we'll probably flip a couple of properties next year. I can see we're already starting to look for our next property to purchase and flip, and then
Hmm.
I'll probably buy another one or two rentals next year also would be my goal for just 2024.
Okay. So kind of a mixed strategy as you go into 2024 to make sure you got to kind of hedge both in the buy and hold and with some income generating flips. Now, is this your full-time job or you still have a W-2, or how does that work as far as your time is concerned?
Yeah, so I still do have a W-2. I'm a software consultant by day.
Hmm.
So just I'm helping implement a software called SAP to the Army.
Nice.
I've been doing that for probably close to 15 years now. So I've been doing that for a while.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that helps to it's easy to get a mortgage when you've been doing something for a particular amount of time. So
absolutely.
got to keep that mortgageability at least until you don't need it anymore.
Absolutely.
So, if you were to start all over again in real estate, what would you do differently, if anything?
Hmm. It's a good question. I honestly the only thing I would have did differently I would have house hacked first
Hmm.
earlier on. And it's the paralysis, right, piece that you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Um, I had the opportunity back when I was living in Atlanta. I could have bought a house. I had roommates. They were all gonna move into the house with me. I could have rented it out by the room before I even knew what house hacking was, but it would have been the perfect situation to house hack. And I got cold feet and
Hmm.
walked away from the deal, probably lost money, everything. But I was just like you said, the analysis paralysis got the best of me, and I just got scared and didn't do it. But I would have done it. I should have done it, and I know that now. But now I have to go about it a little bit different of a route as far as because I got a family now, wife, kid.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's not about sharing the house with anybody else, so it's I had to go out and start just buying rentals straight out,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
made it a little tougher, but house
Okay.
hacking would have been my first step.
Yeah. House hacking. Yeah. That's what always, it's good until usually it's the kids that they don't want to, that we don't, the wives don't want to share the house necessarily. Well, not necessarily even that, but specifically with the children, they're kind of loud and, it's one thing to have tenants, but to be a tenant yourself and your own thing can be a little
Yeah.
challenging. So if people want to connect with you, they want to reach out, invest with you, or just figure out what you're up to out there, what should they do? How do they find you?
Yeah, you could follow me on Instagram. I'm at Keith_love_REI on Instagram, and just reach out, DM me, connect. And I love meeting new people. I actually host a meetup here in Norwalk also, where we meet on usually the last Tuesday of each month at a restaurant in the area called Pinstripes. It's right at the mall, the
Mm,
Sono Collection Mall. So just come meet up and talk, and let's chat real estate.
awesome. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time, Keith. And yeah, I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me again. I appreciate it. It was great to meet you.
Yeah, no problem. And until next time, guys, we'll catch you on the next episode.
Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.